Hey YouTube, liking it for back in with the new Nerf video. First off, I'm going to be talking about my snap, some other blasters I finished and I'm working on, and there's a war coming up. First off is the snap. I built this kind of redoing my very first snap. This uses the spring for my very first snap and like a washer and some other stuff, but that's pretty much it. It has still about the same amount of draw, and this is the original plunger rod too. It actually has scratches in it because my very first one's rubbed up against it. Anyways, it uses a 9 3/4 inch K26 spring, which is small. It's because it was compressed down. So it's the same amount of coils and stuff, it's way smaller. Anyways, this length is it's about 13 inches here. Normally they're about 14 inches. But I use a different type of clothespin, and I have a wooden clothespin trigger, which is nice because it's pretty smooth compared to a metal one, and it's very cheap. I just had to make it though. It's about half the size as a rainbow trigger. I actually used the same type of wood as a rainbow trigger would be made out of, and then I realized that wouldn't be comfortable to have a giant trigger. So I cut it in half, which means I have another one for another blaster. It'll look pretty similar actually. Other than that, it had a perfect seal. It doesn't really anymore, but well, that was even worse than before, but yesterday it had a perfect seal. But it was sealing really good because it uses set screws. I tapped the holes out and then screwed them in, but instead of making them flush, I screwed them in a little bit more, then put the goop in there, and I did that on all three. So that holds it strong because they're 1/2 inch is long, just like a normal screw would be, but they're covered with goop, so that makes it very it seals really well. It was anyways. I think I may have had some speed holds or something because it wasn't really shooting that far. I don't know what it was. I was using RCB and it was only shooting like 70. Because this may be going to one of Arctic's friends. See there, that's what it was like yesterday. Just stopped. But it may be using the RCB because he wants to use that instead. Which is fine with me. Because I only have 4 real hoppers and I have like 8 snaps. A lot of them anyways. That I'm bringing to the war. But that's pretty much it. It also has a squeaky handle, which is cedar. I don't know. But one advantage of this is the trigger hits right there, so there's no need to have like a stop or anything. Also, you can take these clothespins apart. When I took it apart, I redid this spring on accident, but that makes it like stronger pull, which is fine. Next gun I did is this Arctic's knife finder. You got this at Goodwill for like 99 cents. It's in very good condition, except there's a few little scratches in there. But considering how old it is, and it's probably been at that store or someone's house, pretty good condition. The seal is okay on it. As you can see right now, the plunger tube moves around. The reason is it's not glued in or anything, because we're going to add a stronger spring to it. Arctic actually has a spring that we need to cut down. Like, probably we'll be doing that the day before the war. But it's clearly minimized compared to my other ones. Arctic Warfare likes cosmetics more than like ranged, but he's still not too good to use a snap, because snaps are awesome. Anyways, again, this is the stock seal. Look at it's perfect. No, it just caught itself. But it might get even more draw with the bigger spring or stay about here. Right now it's actually shooting about 60 feet. I only tested like one dart. It was pretty loose in CPVC, but that's pretty good. And also it had some residue from the sticker. I don't know if I said it was like $1, so that's a good deal for him. But anyways, I took a magic eraser, got it wet, and then just scrubbed it off, and you can't even tell there was residue now. At first I was like, what handle is it? But you can't even tell, which is great. Another thing I've been doing, I just made these today. First, you may not notice what these are. If you're wondering, this is polycarbonate. But then when you put it next to this thing, instantly becomes clear what that is going to look like. Kind of. I can't really see. But yeah, I still don't know if the grip is going to be polycarbonate bent, which will mean I need a heat gun to do that, or a piece of PVC, which might be kind of thick. But either way, it's going to be better for the bolt sled, which is actually repaired. It's in the shop right now. I was doing the aluminum thing to it, and I actually sanded so much that it almost cracked in half. This is bad. And one last project, not finished yet, but when you guys see this, you'll be surprised about it, I'm guessing. This was the giant bow. I cut like 10 inches off from the front, and then I can use that in the back. Perfect. I actually cut off way more than 10 inches because the stock was even longer. Right now it's like about 26 inches, and you see I can make it even smaller. Also, the stock isn't pushed in all the way, but got a bushing. It's not glued in or anything, but it's gonna be good. It also has a really small grip just because I had one. It's a 1/2 inch to 3/4 T. It was cut up and bent a ton. Also, there's a war coming up on the 27th, 5 days away, because today is the 22nd. If you're in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area or somewhere around Minnesota, you should come because it's going to be really good again. All these monthly wars they seem to be having at least 20 people, so that's always good, because I think the biggest war before that was Spano of the other year, and that didn't even have like 20 people. That's all I know from pictures. Anyways, if you're in the Minnesota area, come around, and it's going to be fun. Also, for people watching videos, do you like it more when I make videos like this with multiple guns, or do you want them to be shorter videos about just one specific gun where I talk more in detail? Anyways, comment about that below, like and subscribe and all that stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye.